The episode preview hints at a crucial battle that will take place in an arena where a dangerous plot will unfold. One of the more significant developments to come from this preview is the mysterious figure of Lucas, who appears to be orchestrating the execution of the Alps. Osman Bey's Alps have been instrumental throughout the series. They symbolize loyalty, bravery, and the spiritual commitment to their leader. However, recent events have shown that their resilience is being tested. The increasing political instability, shifting alliances, and the looming threat of external enemies such as the Byzantine Empire and Mongols have placed the Alps in situations where their loyalty and strength are being manipulated. Episode 179 may see these Alps facing their toughest challenge yet, but the true question is, how will they respond to the mounting pressure? The introduction of Lucas as a character has raised numerous questions. He's not a character who is tied directly to the core group of Osman's close allies, but represents a more external threat. His sudden appearance in the preview of episode 179 suggests that he could be working as an agent of a greater force, potentially a foreign power, with its own interest in weakening the Turks. Lucas may have his own motives for setting this trap for the Alps in the arena, perhaps to destabilize Osman Bey's rule or further his personal ambitions. The arena setting has a particular significance within the world of Kuruluş Osman. The arena was not just a place for sport, but a stage for political maneuvering, displays of power, and strategic alliances. The arena allows characters to show both physical prowess and tactical intelligence. It's where the boundaries between life and death are blurred, and survival often depends on one's ability to think and react quickly. By framing the fate of the Alps in such an environment, the episode promises to explore not only physical combat, but also the deeper struggle for political control and survival in a land rife with conflict. At the core of the arena's symbolic meaning is the spectacle of struggle. The arena is not just a stage for violent confrontations, but a place where ideas are clashed, where loyalties are tested, and where alliances can be solidified or shattered. In this light, Lucas's plot to execute the Alps could represent a direct attack on Osman Bey's leadership, challenging the loyalty of his warriors and the very structure of the Kai tribe. This raises important questions about the integrity of Osman's army. Can the Alps survive this orchestrated execution? And if they do, what will the consequences be for those who orchestrated the trap? Could Lucas's attempt to eliminate the Alps signal the beginning of a larger rebellion or an outside force aiming to break the unity of Osman's forces? As we delve deeper into episode 179, we will likely see a continued exploration of these themes. The alliance between Osman Bey and his closest allies has been increasingly tested by both internal and external pressures. As these pressures continue to mount, the presence of Lucas as a direct antagonist in the arena might symbolize the beginning of a larger shift in the dynamics of power. Will Osman be able to counter this new threat, or will the Alps face their downfall? The foundation of Kuruluş Osman lies in the exploration of loyalty, honor, and sacrifice, and the imminent danger to the Alps will surely resonate with these themes. The suspense surrounding the fate of the Alps in the arena points to an episode where both physical and emotional battles will take place, making episode 179 a critical juncture in the ongoing saga of Osman Bey. The fate of the Alps in the arena is just one facet of the much larger political game that's being played. One of the defining elements of Kuruluş Osman has been its ability to intertwine personal conflicts with broader geopolitical struggles. In this episode, we are likely to witness the intensification of these conflicts as Osman Bey navigates the treacherous waters of alliances, betrayal, and external threats. Lucas's involvement in orchestrating the execution of the Alps hints at a much larger power struggle. While we initially perceive Lucas as a foreign agent or an antagonist from outside of Osman Bey's immediate circle, it is crucial to consider his potential affiliations. He could be acting on behalf of the Byzantine Empire, a power that has historically sought to undermine the Turkish presence in Anatolia. Alternatively, his actions could align with the Mongol forces, who have long been a destabilizing factor in the region. Regardless of his direct affiliations, Lucas represents a growing external threat to Osman's leadership, and his attempt to eliminate the Alps could be a way to weaken Osman from within. At this juncture in the story, Kuruluş Osman presents a compelling portrayal of the delicate balance of power in the region. Osman Bey's leadership is founded on a network of relationships built on mutual respect, loyalty, and strategic alliances. However, these alliances are constantly in flux, and any misstep or betrayal could have catastrophic consequences. For example, the Alps, though fiercely loyal, are also bound by the overarching tribal and political dynamics. Their loyalty to Osman may be tested if they are confronted with a situation where survival requires them to question their allegiance. Furthermore, the fate of the Alps in the arena could become a symbol for the larger war between the emerging Ottoman state and the powers of Byzantium, the Mongols, and other local forces. These external powers may see the Alps as the embodiment of Osman's strength and resistance, but this scenario raises an important question. How will Osman Bey respond to this attack on his closest allies? Osman's leadership has been marked by his tactical genius and ability to rally his people in the face of adversity. His response to the threat posed by Lucas will likely demonstrate his capacity for both diplomacy and warfare. The political landscape is further complicated by the shifting alliances within the tribe. The internal dynamics of the Kai tribe have always been fluid, with different factions vying for influence. Some may see the Alps as an unyielding force for order, while others may question their role in the changing world that Osman is trying to shape. The execution of the Alps could provoke unrest among Osman's followers, especially if it leads to the perception that their safety is no longer guaranteed. Will Osman be able to maintain his grip on power if his internal base begins to fracture under the pressure of external threats? One of the significant risks of this power struggle is the potential for splintering. The unity of Osman Bey's forces has been a critical element in the rise of the Ottoman Empire. The Alps, as symbols of that unity, represent the collective strength of Osman's leadership. However, if they are removed from the equation, it could lead to internal divisions and possibly even rebellion. Such a fracture could create opportunities for rivals within the tribe to challenge Osman's authority, especially if external powers like the Byzantines or Mongols exploit the ensuing chaos. It is also essential to examine the psychological toll that this conflict will have on Osman Bey. Throughout the series, we have seen Osman struggle with the weight of leadership, balancing personal relationships with political ambitions. The loss of the Alps would be a devastating blow to him, both personally and politically. As much as Osman relies on his military strength, he also depends on the loyalty and morale of his followers. The execution of his Alps in the arena could shake his resolve, leading him to consider more drastic measures. In this way, the episode will likely explore not only the political fallout, but also the emotional and psychological dimensions of leadership during wartime. Osman's ability to unite his people, rally his supporters, and forge new alliances in response to this threat will be a central theme of episode 180. His strength as a leader will be tested as he navigates a path that balances diplomacy, military strategy, and emotional resilience. If he fails to act decisively, he could face the fragmentation of his forces and the rise of challengers within the tribe. On the other hand, a strong and strategic response could reinforce his position and further solidify his leadership. While Kuruluş Osman is deeply rooted in political intrigue and battles, the emotional and psychological struggles of its characters have always been the heart of the series. Episode 179 will be no exception, as the personal motivations of key figures will undoubtedly influence the unfolding drama in the arena and beyond. At the center of this episode are the Alps, who have been pillars of strength and loyalty to Osman Bey, and their fate will challenge not only their physical endurance but also their sense of identity and purpose. Similarly, Osman Bey himself will face personal turmoil as the events unfold, with his emotional and psychological state playing a crucial role in the series' trajectory. The Alps, as warriors who have sworn their allegiance to Osman Bey, Bey are the epitome of sacrifice, loyalty, and honor. Throughout the series, they have endured hardship, battle, and loss in service to their leader. However, the upcoming events in the arena may push them to their breaking point, as they are subjected to the ultimate test of loyalty and survival. Their loyalty to Osman Bey has always been unquestioned, but what happens when that loyalty is put in direct conflict with their survival instincts? The Alps have been shaped by a sense of duty and brotherhood, and the thought of being executed, whether in the arena or by another means, will not only test their physical endurance but also their mental and emotional strength. In the face of Lucas's plot to execute them, the Alps will be forced to confront a difficult question. Is loyalty to Osman Bey enough to overcome the challenges they face in the arena? Their decisions in this moment could have far-reaching consequences, not just for their lives, but for the Kai tribe as a whole. This moment may also serve as a poignant reflection of the larger theme of sacrifice that has run throughout the series. The Alps' potential martyrdom could echo the sacrifices made by earlier generations of warriors who fought and died in the name of the Turkish cause. This could also symbolize the ongoing struggle of the Turks to preserve their identity and sovereignty in a land beset by external forces. Whether the Alps survive or perish, their actions in the arena will likely serve as a metaphor for the unyielding spirit of the Kai tribe and the broader Ottoman ambitions. For Osman Bey, the fate of the Alps will not only be a military and political concern, but a deeply personal one. The Alps have always been more than just soldiers to Osman. They are his brothers in arms, his confidants, and the backbone of his rule. Their potential deaths in episode 179 would undoubtedly weigh heavily on him, causing a mix of emotions, grief, anger, and perhaps even a sense of failure. As a leader, Osman has always faced the heavy burden of making tough decisions. His journey has been marked by moments of doubt, where the weight of responsibility threatens to overwhelm him. However, each time he has found a way to rally himself and his followers, emerging stronger. The execution of the Alps, should it come to pass, will challenge his leadership in profound ways. How will he maintain his authority and the unity of his people in the face of such a devastating loss? This event could also force Osman to reckon with his own mortality. As his empire expands and his enemies grow more formidable, Osman must come to terms with the fact that his people's loyalty to him is fragile. The Alps' deaths may symbolize the beginning of a larger struggle to secure his leadership, as they have been the ultimate symbol of his strength. If they are eliminated, Osman could face a crisis of confidence within his ranks, making it all the more difficult to maintain control over his expanding territory. Moreover, the emotional toll on Osman could influence his actions in ways we have not yet seen. Will he seek vengeance against those who threaten his tribe, or will he take a more diplomatic approach to avoid further bloodshed? His reaction to the potential loss of the Alps will be crucial in determining the direction the show takes, particularly in terms of his relationship with his followers and allies. While the Alps and Osman Bey will be at the forefront of episode 179, other key characters will also have their personal struggles and motivations tied to the events in the arena. Characters like Bala Hatun, Malhun Hatun, and the members of the Kai tribe will all be affected by the potential execution of the Alps. Bala Hatun, as Osman Bey's wife, has already shown her deep commitment to the cause, but her emotions are often intertwined with her concerns for Osman's well-being. If the Alps face their end, Bala will undoubtedly be forced to navigate her grief and her role as the emotional anchor for Osman. Her presence in this scenario could serve as a reminder that leadership is not only about military strategy, but also about maintaining emotional and psychological balance in times of crisis. Similarly, Malhun Hatun's evolving role in Osman Bey's life and the tribe's political structure will be tested as the stakes are raised. As a figure who has proven her loyalty to Osman, she may also be forced to confront the question of how far she is willing to go to protect the tribe and her family. The possibility of losing the Alps could prompt her to take a more active role in the political maneuvering within the Kai tribe. Her relationship with other characters may become more complicated, especially if she is forced to make hard decisions to protect Osman's leadership. In addition to the women in Osman's life, other figures within the Kai tribe may react differently to the growing tensions. Some may see the threat to the Alps as an opportunity to rise in power, while others may grow disillusioned with Osman's leadership if the Alps are lost. The internal political dynamics of the Kai tribe will be as critical as the external threats that are posed by Lucas and his allies. This was my first video. I would be happy if you subscribe to my channel for free in return for my efforts.